My name is Liam, a support desk manager and content creator. You can find me over on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, all under the guise of lemurbeanz. Okay, so this video is concentrating on the Pretzel Rocks application, but we're going to be looking at Elgato Wavelink connection and also the Streamdeck setup as well. So if you haven't got those installed, I'll quickly show you where to go to get the download and the installers for them. So first of all, go to the elgato.com website, then go across to downloads, which is at the very top. And then you can select, I've got a Stream Deck XL, so I've downloaded the Stream Deck for myself. I've also got the Wavelink, so I've downloaded that as well. So once you've got those downloaded and installed, if you've got a Stream Deck, I would strongly recommend the Marketplace download option or the plugin. It makes life a little bit easier for getting some of your plugins downloaded. And then all you need to do from there is we'll jump across to the Pretzel Rocks application. So to do that, we first need to go to the website pretzel.rocks. Links in the description, and also there's 10% off if you use my affiliate link. So once you've signed up, I'm going to go jump into the pricing so you can see the pricing. At time of recording, obviously prices are going to change, and they've obviously got some trials going on at this moment in time, which is great. So sign yourself up. Then once you've signed up, you can then get access to all their music, depending on what subscription you've got. Now, if you've got a Mac, you can download it from the Mac. If you've got Windows Player, you can download the Windows version. I've got the Windows version, so we'll just click Windows. And that'll download to my downloads area. Now, the install for Pretzel Rocks application is dead simple, at least for Windows anyway. I haven't tried the Mac. It's literally a case of double click on the pretzel desktop.exe. That'll install to your C drive. Unfortunately, you don't get to select where to install it. Once that's installed, this is on the left hand side, you can see the Pretzel Rocks application is now open. You then need to log in. So select the login button at the bottom. If you haven't signed up for an account yet, you'll need to click the sign up, and that'll take you back into the website so you can set yourself up an account. I'm going to log in. We have the option to log in with Twitch. So we can log in against our Twitch account. And then you just need to fill the information out to much like you do with any other application. Enter in your Twitch username, your password, any two-step authentication, and then authorize the connection between Pretzel and Twitch. And that gives the system permission to post the songs to your chat window. And I'm just going to pause the video here. I'm going to log myself in because I don't want to give my password and stuff away. Okay, so now we are inside the Pretzel Rocks application. I'm at full screen, as you can see. One of the things you may want to do is you may want to export the song details out from Pretzel into something you can display in OBS, as well as sending something to chat as well. Sending to chat is really easy. That's done one of two ways. So if we go to what's playing, we can set the announce what's playing in chat and check that box. We can say when the next track is available, play it after 3 seconds, just in case you skip. Then you can do a test message as well by clicking the test message. But the other way to do it is if you've already set up the delay, you can just click the notify option here at the very bottom on the lower right hand side. And that's what you need to do to get the thing notified. But if you want to have text on screen and the album artwork, then we need to go a different way. So I'm going to minimize. I've just clicked on my profile image. I've already just gone into my profile and set things up there. And then we go to what's playing. Not what's playing. We've already done that. It's a file output. We need to put a check in the box for write track info to file. And then find a location on your machine and create a text file. And if you haven't got a text file already, you can just right click down to new and then select text document and then label it up and whatnot. I've already got one available called song details. So I'm going to select that, click save, and then click replace. And now we have the track info in my drive. Next, we're going to select what information we want for our to go into the text file. So at the moment, it defaults with title and artist. However, you can add some more details. So hovering over the question mark will show you the variables that it wants. So you've got the options for album, artist, title, the pretzel symbol, and new line. And then you just need to put those inside curly braces. Now, I'm going to get rid of the hyphen sign. However, I am going to put new line because I have my information split by 3 lines. So to do that, just open and close the braces and just go new line. Just for ease of use, I'm going to copy and paste. Then I am going to go to, I am not going to click on the plus. I'm going to open and close the curly braces again, and then I'm going to select album. And as you can see, all my details at the bottom are showing up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the hyphen signs back in for just a second so we can see what's coming through. So we've got the title here, then we've got the artist, and then we've got the album itself. So I'm going to remove the hyphens. When you pause a track, you can change the details that are on screen as well. So you can just check the box, do exactly the same, and it's the same details and variables. I don't use that functionality. I just leave it with whatever's on screen. If you want the album cover to come across as well, just check the box. Select the cover file location. So I've already got a JPEG image available. But can you do it off the right click off the new function? Yeah, so you can go new bitmap image and save yourself out an image and select it, click save, click replace, and yes. And that's going to send the album art down to your saved file. You can also do some funky stuff with the JSON details as well. And that's if you wish. And that's just literally saving the information to the file. And that is everything we need for OBS to display the song details and the album artwork. All right, next up is the Wavelink system. So now we're going to be handling setting up a channel in our Wavelink so that we can send the audio from the Pretzel Rocks application into Wavelink to come out into as a split channel into OBS or Stream Elements, Streamlabs, or whatever else. I've only really used those 3 applications. I haven't used Meld or anything like that, but I suspect it's going to be a similar process along the way when we get to those setups. So with our Wavelink application open, just go down to one of our channels. I've already used channel 2 and 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. So I'm going to select channel 3. I'm going to select my music option, and you can rename it. Just click on the where it says music. I'm going to rename it to become Pretzel Rock app. And you can see, can assign other audio channels or applications to this one channel as well, which means any audio from that goes straight into the one thing. Next, you click on the plus. And I closed Pretzel down too early, so we do need that open. So let's minimize that again. Click plus, and now you can see it's here, so we'll put a check in the box. So when it's at the top and it's got a check in it, it's going to send just that application to that channel. So everything exported out to that channel. Now I'm going to mute both of these. Oh, I didn't want to do that. To move the channels around, if you're wondering what I did, it was just hold left mouse button somewhere on the grey and then just drag and drop. It's a handy feature, but it can be annoying at times. So you're aware of the options at the bottom if you're new to the Wavelink. So the left out, the headphones is just going to be what goes to you. Then you have a link channel, the link faders, sorry. And then you have the output to stream option. Now with the link faders, wherever you've got the faders set, it will drag the other one at the same time. So you could have one high, one low if you really wanted to. And you can do it the other way around as well. And it moves both together. Doesn't matter which one I drag and drop, it moves. The reason I'm muting it is because later on in OBS, I'm going to show you how to set up the audio, and I don't want the audio to interfere with the video recording itself. Okay, so I've maximized the screen so you can see what's going on. So now I keep clicking on the wrong option. Click on your profile image, go to audio, and now you have the option for audio quality. So the higher the audio quality, the more it's going to take to download and play and process on your computer. I usually use between normal and high. And then for the default output, you can either leave it at default and it'll come out both your headphones and through to the Wavelink. However, I'd like to split my channel out, which is why I created a separate channel. So I've gone to Pretzel Rocks app, which is why we renamed it, because you can see we've got Elgato Wave, XLR, Elgato Wave, XLR all the way through. So it's really hard to know what's going on. So I've just labeled it so I can send it. You can call it music channel if you want to. It's entirely up to you. You also have some extra options is here. As you make changes to the track, you can say on the filters to automatically jump to a track. What style of music you're looking for. So instrumental only, allow mature, or YouTube safe mode. I'm leaving YouTube safe mode on because I'm going to upload this video later to YouTube. I'll disallow mature. And then if you saw that on the lower left-hand side, it just updated the tracks because it must be that my song is mature. And that's all we need to do there because the rest of the application for audio setup is done inside OBS, which is next. Right, now for the fun bit, because I've got OBS, recording OBS, recording OBS. What we're going to do now is set up the audio channels. Now, there's two ways to do it. Well, technically there's three, and I'll show you the two that I use. The third one I don't. So, just because I like the split channels and I like the controls over process 1 and process 2. If you want a so process 1 will be that if we want a consistent music through all our scenes that we create, so it just appears, you don't have to think about it. Once set 1 sets on all, you go to settings. Now my options here are top left because I've adjusted my screen and moved some of the things around, but I think controls the lower right hand side as default, but just keep that in mind. Then you need to go to audio, and then we need to use either desktop audio or desktop audio 2. Now, typically what I've found and noticed is a lot of people have their normal other audio controls, game controls and things like that set on desktop. So audio 2 might be a better option, but it really doesn't matter which way you do things. So desktop audio 2, and then select, I'm going to select desktop audio 2. I'm going to select the Pretzel Rocks application. And that's the Wavelink channel we set up earlier, if you remember. And then we click apply and then click OK. And now you can see we have two channels here. I've got my main Wavelink, which is just my microphone. And then I have desktop audio 2, which is just going to be for my music. Now, the other way to do it is to set up an audio source itself. And to do that, you go right click on the sources area, click, and then select, I think it's audio output capture. So we can rename it and say Pretzel Music, click OK. And then under devices, select the Pretzel Rocks application and then click OK. And now we have a channel specifically dedicated to the pretzel music. Now, this process means that I've only added the audio source for music to my one scene, me underscore web browser. So that means if I want it on just me, I need to then repeat the action of just creating a new source and selecting the same thing. Now, I'm not going to jump across because it's going to affect my recordings, but just to show you, we can go, once you've set one up, you can then, it then pulls the same information back through. So you then just go to audio option and you can see we've got add existing and you just say select add existing, select that and then apply. And then that adds an extra thing. So I'm going to remove that so I don't break anything. Okay, that's both processes done. So you can choose which one you want. The third process, which is the process I generally don't use, is, let me just remove this audio source. I'm going to go back to my Pretzel Rock system. And the other way is literally to balance it off of the mainstream mix itself. Now, you do the same process, roughly the same, but what you do is if I put that up a little bit, I think this might override my voice. I think I have the volume about 30 and it still lets my voice come through quite nicely. So we will then play a track. Allow me to. So now we've got my voice plus the music in the background. So as you can see, we've got and here you've got my voice and the music in the one channel. So you can combine the two. So if you can't, struggling to get the channels, you can do it that way. Generally, I don't do that because I like some of the control. Okay, so that just shows you how much control you've got. You can do it both ways, any way, which way you want. The other thing we need to do with the audio is for your exports to give you even greater control is you need to give it split channel. Yeah, you want to export it so that you have your microphone and music on separate channels so that you can make it easier and quicker for your audio cleanups. So to do that, you just need to go into settings and then go to output. And now I can't change mine because I'm already recording. But what you need to do is you need to have allow the recording of audio track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, whichever you choose to put your music and your voice on that you want as your recording. You need to have those checked, and I'll show you where we apply those in a sec. So to adjust which track has the microphone or the music or even your sound effects, just select any three dots on any of your audio mixer channels, go down to advanced audio properties, and the default, let me set it back up to default so you can see exactly how it goes. So desktop audio 2 is currently my music. Wavelink is currently my microphone. And what I want is for your Twitch tracks, typically you use audio tracks one for what's going out to stream and your VODs. So if you don't have it selected, it's not going through to your VOD. So if you suddenly find, oh, my music or my voice is not coming through, just check. It's probably likely one of these. And then I'm going to uncheck all the options here. Okay. And then I'm going to say, well, my music, I want on video channel 3 and my microphone on video channel 2. It doesn't matter if you do it the other way around. It's literally a case of just getting a track, assigning it a value so that it's split. And then when you get into like DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, whatever, you can then split the audio. And as you need to do any tweaks, you've got the split channels give you the greatest of power trying to clean up either the music or your voice and not have to try and like make funky edits in and out, trying to disable the music and extra special effects to try and split it out that way. You've just automatically done it via these tracks. So track 2, track 3. And then I'll just show you again. If you go to output, so in my output, I could disable track 1 and just leave track 2 and track 3 on, which says like my microphone is on track 2 and my audio is on track 3. So then just those two come out. Obviously, the more tracks you have, the bigger the file size is that's going to come out. So just keep that in mind. And that is it for the setup. All right, we're on to the final bits of the setup. So, which is the album artwork and song title onto screen. Now, I'm going to do a couple of bits fairly quickly and I'll talk through what I'm doing at the same time. But because I'm doing like image overlay or text overlay, then I'm doing like trying to show you OBS at the same time, it's going to look a bit crazy. But just give me a moment and I'll get it realigned. So the first thing to do is we will put the text overlay. Now this is where it's going to get hideous for a moment. So right click on your sources, select text GDI plus, call it what you want. I'm calling it Pretzel Song. Click OK. Then check the read from file, go to browse, find your song details file that you used earlier, and then click open. Now, I'm going to shrink that down, move that over there. Probably doing it a really long way to adjust it, but this is the best way to get it on screen and so you can see it. So we now have all the information from the text file that we selected. You can change the font by selecting select font. Oh, excuse me. Right. I'm going to leave it as is. You can add a background just by changing the background settings, and you can also change the color by selecting the change color. You can change the font alignment as well. And that's how to set it up in a real basic manner. Now I'm just holding left mouse button and dragging it around to where I want it. And then you can hold the little squares to increase the size, decrease the size, and whatnot. You can also use the predefined shortcuts, which is Control S and Control F, or if you're having problems dragging and dropping or getting the right size, or you can't see the little squares, just right click over your sources, or make sure left click and make sure you've got your text plus selected, and then do right click, select the transform, and then you can do stretch to screen or fit to screen. And then you should then see the squares, then you can adjust it down. Next, we'll do a similar thing with our artwork. So select add source. Recommend you do browser because that has a refresh rate on it. And then we can say, well, it's Pretzel album. And then click OK. Again, do local file, click browse, find our image, and then click OK. And This width and size, I probably say is 400. 400. I usually use around about 200 or 300. So you can do it square. So 400 is quite big. So let's drop it down because I don't like the black background. 300. That's got it. So 300, 300 gets rid of that black background off the image. Now, the next thing you can do is to make it easy for yourself. You need to, as you move things, is hold Control and select, but left click and select both your items. Then you can right click and then say Group Selected Items. And then you can call the group whatever you want to call it. I'm just calling it Pretzel Details. And now I can move both items together. Okay, so next up is the plugins. So if you've already downloaded the plugin, let me show you where the plugins are first. If you installed the Marketplace plugin earlier, just select the plugins option on the right hand side. Then you can search for Pretzel. Now I've already got it installed, but to get it installed, just click I think it's labeled as Get, and click that, and it just automatically installs it. If you don't have the Pretzel plugin installed, go to the Marketplace. You can click, if you're in your Stream Deck, you can just click the Marketplace option. If not, go to marketplace.elgato.com. Do a search for the plugin. I've already done a recent search for Pretzel and select Pretzel. And it comes up and you want Pretzel Rocks by Song Trader. Click to go into it. And then I'm already signed in, and because I've already got it, it currently says open in Stream Deck. Because I've already got this assigned to my account as well. So that's what I have. But if you haven't got it, it'll say Get. If you click Get, you then get a similar option, I think, to send it to your Stream Deck. Now you can click Allow Marketplace to always send to your Stream Deck. Click Open. That'll then install it on your Stream Deck. And that's literally all there is to it. If you don't get those options, it's probably because you haven't signed in. So just make sure you signed in, and then it'll get into your account. Now that we've got the plugin installed, we go to Keys, and I'm already filtered, so it's just showing me Pretzel Rocks, but let me just remove my filter, and then you can see everything. So what we want to do is go to find our Pretzel Rocks station, expand it, and then we have loads of options. So next we have PlayStation, which is not for the console, it's for the essentially a playlist, a pre-designated playlist of songs that are associated with a particular theme. So we just hold left mouse button, drag it onto screen. Place it into one of the button areas that you want. You can now, with all of these buttons, I'm just dragging and dropping into my Stream Deck. You can set them up however you want. So next up is we'll click on the station and the predefined station, and you can scroll through all of them, and you can set them up however you want. Just make sure you click confirm. And then that picks up the station's album artwork cover and assigns it straight away. And they're all pretty much the same with all the buttons. So next we have a playlist. So if you've already got a playlist created or defined, you can then just have a predefined playlist that you can action straight away and jump to. So just click on the blank field and then select a playlist. I'm going to select my predefined one for chilled hop and then click confirm. And now I have one of the artwork covers for that playlist. Next is playlist, album, and label. Now this one's a bit funky to get set up. So you need to go into Pretzel. So once you've dragged the button onto screen, you then need to go into, what are we doing? We are doing artist. So click on the artist name. And then I think it's this one here. We click on the share option, which grabs the link. And then we can paste that in and then click confirm. There we go. And then that will play that singular artist. Next up is play track, and it's very much the same thing. So we'll just find a track. I'm just going to use this artist's songs. So let's click on it. Actually, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Let's go across to share track here. So I've already got it playing, so I'll just click on the right hand side and then paste it into the option here. And then once you click confirm, that's now just going to play that singular song whenever I press that one button. So if there is a sound effect or a song, you can have it just play. What did we do? Playlist. Did we do playlist? Oh, add to playlist. I'm misreading the buttons. So add to playlist is pretty much what it says. You can add a song to the playlist. So as it's playing, you can either got two options. You can either add a whole playlist to your playlist, or just add what's playing to your existing playlist. So I'm going to do current playing and then click confirm. Actually, no, I'm not. I need to assign a thing. I'm going to select happy song and then click confirm. And now every time I press that button, I'm going to get a notification to say songs, a song is going to go into the happy playlist. And of course you can add title as well and go happy playlist, and then tweak any of the colors because you can't see it. I think blue might do it. A bit small. Let's go like that. And we can size. There we go. And that reads quite, now it can be a bit deceptive on the Stream Decks but when you put the text on, obviously your Stream Deck's a little bit larger in real life, so they read a little bit better. Next up is play pause, which obviously does what it says on the tin, except you've got multiple actions. So you can either do it as a singular toggle. So when you press plays, it switches to the pause option and pause back into play. You can also adjust and display whether it's going to count down on the song or count up. Or you can actually just have it just as a play or just a pause track. Next up, you've got next track, which obviously does what it says. You jumps to the next track. You've got replay track, which starts that song all over again. Then we have skip forward, and default is 15 seconds, but you can tell it to skip forward a track by a number of seconds, skip backwards as well. You can also like a track and dislike a track. If you like a track or have previously liked a track, this will light up in thumbs up, will light up in white if you've liked it previously. So you don't need to think, I like this song, re-like it. It will automatically do it. If you dislike it, the song, it will remove it from your playlist and it won't show up in your playlist again. But don't panic. You can get that song back and I'll show you shortly how to do that. Mute player is exactly what it says. It will mute the songs and it's a combo switch. So if you've got it muted and you press it again, it will unmute. And as you can see, it's got a pink dot to say that it is muted. And then if I press it again, the little dot goes off to say that it's now playing the tracks. You've got volume down and volume up. And these will increment or decrease as needed and by a predefined value. So at the moment it's 5 points. So every time I press the button, it's going to go either down or up by 5 points. You can also set the volume. So you can have some predefined ones. So if you, an instance where you might want to predefine it is if you're doing just chatting or jumping to your just chatting from a focus, you can set the volume straight away to be a particular percentage straight away. So you could say like on a focus mode, if you're in co-work mode, you can say, well, focus, I'm going to have the volume at 100% because my mic's going to be set to 0. But if I'm on my break and I'm chatting, then you might want to reduce that volume down, let's say to 33%, and you can instantly press that and it'll jump down to 33%. while your mic's at that, let's say 100. Next is the filter toggle. And there are 3 filter toggles that you can assign. And now it gives you an option for each of the 3, but you assign them one option per button, like I'm doing now. So you've got allow mature, allow just instrumental music, which means no vocals. And then you've got YouTube safe, which makes it anything while this is active, it's just going to play me YouTube safe tracks. However, if you are doing some of the searches, it will show some of the songs that are not YouTube safe, but it won't allow you to play them. So if you're doing general searches, it will just show you all the options, but it just won't let you play it. And that is how you set up the Stream Deck buttons for yourself. All right, so I said about dislike songs earlier. So let's go show you the where to undislike them, if that's even a way of putting it. So my window's quite small at the moment, so I've just clicked on the little action menu on the right, and then we go to My Music. And then there's an option for dislike tracks. And then basically it's a case of just click on the song, and it'll remove from your dislikes. For some strange reason, it hasn't removed the thumb on this one, but that's okay. It looks like there's a bug in the tool. That's not a problem. Will it work on this one? Nope. Okay. Make a playlist. That's the other one. We go back to my playlists. And then actually, let me make the window bigger. To make a new playlist, just click on the plus icon where it says new playlist. Call it something. Call it something. Anything. Absolutely. You can call it anything you want. You can add a description to the music as well. You can put notes about a particular search or anything like that. Click. Let me move my camera. Oof. Okay, so lower right hand side, you can see there's a create playlist option, and that has now created me a playlist. And then you can go to discover music. Now, the discover music is just literally taking you to the search section, so you can go to whichever way you want to go through the search to get to the search engine. And then you can type in heavy rock or whatever the search criteria is. You can also use the music assistant to type in a description of what type of music you're looking for and everything else like that. Once you're happy and you found a song that you want to add to your playlist, just click the 3 dots here and then just do add to playlist. And then you just select playlist, and you can do multiple playlists as well. And then just click continue.